Well, boys and girls, I cannot tell you how much fun I'm having at West Ham, so let me show you instead. Yes, welcome back to our rebuilding series. We're at our second club. We have gone from making Chelsea the most overpowered team in the world down the road to East London with West Ham. We're in the middle of January and we are pretty skint in terms of finances. We don't have any transfer budget, but that hasn't stopped us making moves. We are waiting on a work permit where we're looking to bring in Julian Duranville. Wonder kid, starts at Anderlecht unless you've got the update because he moved to Dortmund in real life in January. But he's coming in for free. He's got a value at the moment of 22 to 27. I can only see that increasing. And I can only see that improving the quality of our squad. It does mean that we're probably even more stacked in the wing areas, but it's a great problem to have. Since you was last with us when we absolutely destroyed Bodo Glimt in our first game and a snooze fest against Arsenal to back it up, we then took Arsenal all the way to penalties in the quarter-final and we dispatched them comfortably. Before the crowning moment in our season so far, a 2-0 victory at home to West Ham. We are West Ham. To Man City. Let me show you these goals because I couldn't believe quite what I was seeing. First one from a corner. It goes to second phase. Scamacca robs the ball off Octavio and Jared Bowen with a fantastic finish. And then how about this from Marcos Leonardo? Bang. Prime, like rolling back the years. That is Di Canio part 2, if you ask me. And we followed that up by welcoming Man United to the not the bowling ground. We're at the London Stadium now. Jesus, Paul, it's not 2015 anymore. And this game was what really impressed me about this game. We conceded first. It was a bit of a disappointing goal to concede. Diogo Jota there with running onto the ball over the top before slotting home. But then at half-time, we had a bit of a team talk, a bit of a rally, and then Raul Bellanova turns into prime Cafu with a run from inside his own half and a lovely little right foot finish there into the corner of the net before Alex Scott found some space down the right-hand side before it crossed to Scamacca from just behind the penalty spot and he headed in. And at this point, I was starting to feel pretty invincible, if I'm honest. We followed that up with a bit of a disappointing 1-1 draw away at Tottenham. We lost Gabriel Barbosa to injury. As you can see, it's a slightly rotated side. Some of the games sort of catching up with us a bit, but we bounced back. We welcomed Blackburn, where we smashed them 4-0. 2 goals from Marcus Leonardo, Matoma getting on the goal scoring, as well as Alex Scott. That's when things took a little bit of a turn for the worst because we went away to Old Trafford and we lost 4-3. As you can see on the right hand side here, we were actually 3-1 ahead at one point, but Conor Gallagher's red card just after half time really done us in. Trossard also missed a penalty, so it's extremely frustrating to lose this game. But a 4-3 away at Old Trafford is not too shabby. Then we went to the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium for the first leg of our semi-final in the Carabao Cup, but we lost 2-1. Again, rotated a little bit with the side, bit disappointing, but ultimately we're still in the tie and we still got a shot in the last game out quite comfortably. The rotated side dispatched AFC Wimbledon as you would expect, and which brings us to this game, Carabao Cup semi-final second leg. Can we get ourselves into a final with a chance of first silverware for West Ham? Looks like we're going to have to deal with our old club Chelsea if we do, unless an almighty bout of complacency sets in and they somehow throw away a 4-0 lead against Leicester. I did have a little look at the club history, and yes, they haven't won a tournament or a trophy in this kind of FM universe. The highest they finished in the season, or in the league, sorry, was 4th, which got them into the Champions League. So I'm actually optimistic this year. We've got a great chance of the Carabao Cup and also the Europa League. And let me just show you where we are in the league, because that's where we sit. We sit just outside the European places. We've got a game in hand. Yeah, we've got some work to do to catch the teams above us, but I think we're in with a great chance. Europa League, we've already secured a playoff spot. Looking very likely that we'll go automatically into the quarterfinal, last 16? And we're still in the FA Cup, although we do have to face local rivals Spurs, and that is who we look to dispatch today, boys and girls. This is the team we're going to go with. We're going to go with Areola in goal because Pickford is cup tied. We've got Truffert, Ignacio, Gabriel Palista and Bellanova at the back. Lucas Paqueta alongside Conor Gallagher, who's suspended for the next league game, so he could probably play 90 minutes here. Trossard on the left, Alex Scott as a trequartista, Jared Bowen, and then the main man, Skamaka, up top. Alright, it's the first time I played this save for a little while, so let's see if the FM gods are going to be kind to us. 2-1 down from the first leg, as mentioned, but a great chance to come out. Zinedine Zidane in charge of Tottenham. They've got Caicedo, they've got Skriniar, they've got Gurkan in goal, Tyrell Malacia, and of course the front three of Kane, Kulusevski and Son. Pretty good team to go against. Donny van der Beek in there as well. Hopefully we can start strong though. Hopefully we can nick the ball here because we don't want them getting in behind us. Well done, lads. Oh, what a ball that is. Jared Bowen's in, and that is a perfect. If he stayed on side, that is the perfect shot. They're checking it. They don't look too confident that he is on side. They're checking it. Has he timed his run to perfection? He has. What a start that is. Jared Bowen. Palista there. What a ball from Paquetá, by the way. I mean, Fred done something similar yesterday for Bruno Fernandes' goal, and people were calling it the pass of the season. That is the pass of the season. That is, that's just prime. I mean, if De Bruyne had done that, replays of it would be shown forever. And I think Paquetá deserves the same accolades. Fair play. We're 1-0 up, 10 minutes gone. Perfect start, as I mentioned. I'd just like to take this time to thank you everyone that's watched the first couple of videos in our West Ham series. It has shown me a lot of love and it has done better than I anticipated, so thank you. If you could do the same to this video, like and subscribe, that would be awesome. And hopefully if you've liked the video, that will generate a highlight. Well, as if by magic. Got Ignacio now, Palista. We're looking good at building up from the back. Paquetá over the top this time for Bowen. Forces him out wide a bit, but he gets on the end of it. And Alex Scott has run in 2-0. What a lovely little goal that was. Alex Scott, first time I've managed him in this year's FM. I know he got a bit of an upgrade in a January update, and he's showing every little point of that update there. Great low cross in, and on the volley, and the keeper has got no chance. We scored 2 cracking goals in this game. The kind of football that I think West Ham fans would love to see. I think they play okay football in real life, to be fair. They've been a bit unlucky in the league this year. They still got their chance at the Conference League, and I think that will just be nuts if they win that. The fans will go mad. Trossard with a free kick. Skamaka gets up and he's hit the bar. It was actually Palista, not Skamaka. Maybe he was just jumping on his back for a piggyback, but nonetheless, we hit the woodwork. We move on. Not much happening in the second half, but we don't need much to happen. We look like we're the better side. We've got the 2-goal advantage on the night, 1 goal in the tie. Alex Scott looking to get in now. Skamaka's found some space, and Skamaka can only find the keeper, but he was offside anyway. Right, I'm going to look to make a bit of a change now. Freshen things up a bit. Trossard not having the best of times, so I'm going to bring on João Pedro, and Marcus Leonardo can come on for Skamaka. Why not? Neither of them had a particularly good game, so let's get the fresh legs on. Both João Pedro and Leonardo done well in the last game, albeit only against AFC Wimbledon. And I just paused it to make a change. I've probably killed this highlight now. Bellanova with the free kick. Conor Gallagher. It's still going on, so maybe something will happen here. Or is that a penalty? It looked tight. It was right on the edge of the box. If not, which side of that line was it? The referees consulted VAR, and they've come to the decision that is not a penalty. It's a yellow card for Alex Grimaldo. Now, it's a dangerous position, and we've got some height in the box. We've got Ignacio forward. I think who's 16? Leonardo is in there. But we can't find any of them. And it fades out to nothing. Right. 7 minutes to go. Let's get some more fresh legs on. I'm thinking freshen up in midfield a bit. Who have we got on the bench that we can bring on? We've got David Brooks. Let's give Paqueta a rest. As I said, Conor Gallagher's playing, or he's suspended in the league, so he can definitely play the next game. We'll bring Emerson on at right back. Emerson, by the way, leaving the club on a free transfer at the end of the season. Been a great servant to them over the years since signing from Chelsea. I think he's just not quite what we need at left back. And that is that. We have made the final. We have got a great chance of silverware. And we've only been here just over a month. I mean, a chance to write our name in West Ham folklore for years to come. We may well get the freedom of the, not the freedom of the city, but Stratford. We might just be able to go to the Westfield in Stratford and buy what we want. Right, where are we going to come back for the next game then? Because I don't think you really want to see us playing Fulham or Southampton. I'll tell you what, I'm going to play through and we'll bring you a trip to Stamford Bridge, our old stomping ground. That sounds quite nice to me. See you in a second. And thanks to the beauty of time travel, we are here at the Chelsea game. Since you was last with us, we are still in 8th position. But that is just because Wolves have been on phenomenal form. Look at that. We've got nothing but dubs, including a 12-1 victory at home to HJK in the Europa League. We followed that up with another win in the Europa League, a 2-0 against Genk in the Premier League. We did beat Fulham 3-1, and then we got 2 clean sheets with a 3-0, well, back-to-back 3-0 victories against Southampton and Crystal Palace. But having said that, thanks to Newcastle and Man United dropping points, mainly against Wolves to be honest, with our game, if we win our game in hand, we do jump up into 6th and into the European spots. But unfortunately, that game in hand is today, and it is against our old boys Chelsea, who are finding themselves in 3rd, and a victory will still leave them in 3rd unless they absolutely hump us 5-0. Can't see that happening. In terms of ins and outs, the Duranville deal is done. He joins us on the 1st of July. I know it says he rejected a contract here, but Nikola Vlasic, club captain, has gone on loan to Nice with a future fee agreed. All in all, it will be about 38 million. I mean, I didn't want to sell him. He's actually done some pretty good form for us towards the end. I know it says 2 goals there, but he got a load in that league game, in that Europa League game, and they've all come. Those 2 in the league came pretty recently, to be fair. But yeah, he's going to leave us. That does give us balance the books a bit. Give us some wage budget spare. We haven't got the transfer budget yet. We've got some clauses we could probably sell if we needed to, but I'll just wait to see to the end of the season what our transfer budget brings, because I mean, we've got, like I said, we're in the Europa League. We've got a good chance of getting European football. What more could we ask for? So what we could ask for, a victory at Stamford Bridge. How many times have we seen it across the course of this save? But now we're the visiting team, and this is the team we're going to go there with. Pickford as ever in goal. A back 4 of the trusty Truffo, Ignacio, Gabriel Palista and Bellanova. It's the midfield 2 of Paqueta and Gallagher against his former club. And then the 3 behind, we're going to go with Leonardo, Scott, Mitoma, with Skamaka up front. There's been a few games, some tired legs, but I think this is the team that's going to give us the best chance of somehow digging out a result. And I'm not expecting one, boys and girls. We know that Chelsea team is massively overpowered. I mean, yes, Diogo Costa is an addition. Guido Rodriguez is an addition. I mean, they've not got Vlahovic in the side. And Kvaratskhelia and Gavi, I did notice on the screen before, are injured. I mean, what is going on, Pep? You're not bringing Big Deuce. I mean, if you don't want him, we'll have him. No doubt about it. Let's see what we can do then. Against our old boys, Mason Mount, look, Havertz, Musiala out on the left. I mean, he's a trequartista, Pep. Did nobody tell you that? To be fair, Havertz was the main trequartista in our time at Chelsea. But, yeah, whenever Musiala filled in, he done a mighty fine job there. Skamaka's in early doors. Oh, that would have been some start if he'd have stayed on side and he would have tucked it away. But it's just a glimpse of what we're about, what we can do. given half a chance. Half a chance is all we want. We have no shots on target, but we continue to have the highlights. The ball bounces up. Alex Scott, I don't know about you boys and girls, but I think that is soft. But I will take it if it gives us a chance to score from the spot. Who's stepping up to take it? It's a left footer. It's Lucas Paquetá, and he's missed it. It's a tame penalty. It was a soft penalty to be given, and it was an even softer penalty to be taken. And we missed one against Man United and went on to lose 4-3. So hopefully that is not as costly as it was in that game. As they look for Kai Havertz with a deep free kick, Musiala, we know what he can do. Tchouaméni, we know he can bang one. Big Wesley Fofana. It's a bit bittersweet here, coming up against all our old boys. Tchouaméni, Mason Mount again, Reece James, Enzo Fernandez, Paqueta gets the ball, Alex Scott, but he gives it straight to Kai Havertz. Musiala now, Tchouaméni, Enzo Fernandez has crept in, and what a save from Jordan Pickford to keep it at 0-0. Oh, what a big save that could be. I'm going to tell Bellanova to man mark Musiala because I trust what my assistant is telling me. Oh, geez, Paqueta gets the ball away and we can breathe again. Or can we? Who's this over the free kick? It is Reece James. Set piece Reece. And he scores. 4th goal of the season. He must be on free kicks for them. Yeah, it's dangerous, that kind of area with the right footer. We saw it in maybe season 1. Reece James scored a couple like this for us. You'd expect keepers to get a bit further across than that. But, yeah, not ideal. As Chelsea had a goal kick just before half-time. But they've given the ball away. Alex Scott, can he capitalise? He can't. He gives the ball away himself. Now Musiala, Kai Havertz, are they going to break on us? They play it back to Tchouaméni. So we should have had enough time to regroup. Whether they can... They've given the ball away. Paqueta takes on Reece James. He does well. Drives towards the edge of the box. His cross loops up off the defender. If we could just beat the first man with our cross, I think we'd have half a chance with Skamaka in there. And Matoma has gone from the one from range. Tried to bend it into that top corner. And it goes over. We have not been good. I'm going to have to say, what was that? Because, we've missed the penalty. It's just heartbreaking, if anything. Kai Havertz now. Musiala's escaped the attentions of Bellanova for a second. He runs into the box, and thankfully for us, he cannot find the finish as he lumps it straight at Jordan Pickford. Conor Gallagher now sprays the ball out to Bellanova like a young Paul Scholes in there. Matoma, the defender's missed it, and Marcus Leonardo has scuffed his shot. Conor Gallagher again, we're doing well in the midfield press. We're just struggling to really build on it. Paquetá, do not get yourself sent off, man. I see it coming. What a shocker of a day from Paquetá. I'm just going to drop Scott back into the deep line playmaker role. That's all I can do. We're 1-0 down. I can't really go too defensive. I know Chelsea are an amazing team and they're more than capable of absolutely ripping us a new one with the extra man. We've just got to back ourselves to try and get ourselves back into this. Canate, if we can keep the pressure on the midfield. We've been quite good at nicking it, like I said before. It's holding on to it that's been the issue. They're holding on to it well. Mason Mount, they've got a bit of an overload. Enzo Fernandez is in and he's scored his first goal of the season. Of course it is. What can you do? They don't even need Big Deuce. They don't even need Vlahovic or Gavi or Kvaratskhelia. And yet they can tear through us just like that. That's why they're the champions of Europe. We know that. We built them up. And no matter where we went for our second club, we was always gonna struggle to overthrow this Chelsea side. We did set them up for absolute dominance. As Musiala now, and I think to concede a third would be harsh. Tchouaméni, Mason Mount, they're just making the most of the extra men here. Enzo Fernandez, Mason Mount, Reece James, Ben Chilwell, Havertz has gone down, and it's compounding our misery with a penalty. I'm gonna make some changes while that's going on. I mean, I wish there was more that we could do, really. I wish there was more. I'll tell you what we can do. Yeah, Trossard can come on for Marcus Leonardo. Barbosa can come on for Skamaka. Shame Barbosa wasn't on the pitch because he's a fantastic penalty taker. And it could have been so different had we just slotted that away and managed to keep 11 men on the pitch. Paquetá's going to get a rifling from me. Mason Mount, don't do it to me, Mason. He's done it to me. I mean, the fact that they're celebrating so wildly does kind of take the mick if you ask me. But I'd probably be doing the same if we'd have scored our penalty, to be fair. He's going straight down the middle. Such a better penalty than Paquetá's penalty. Conor Gallagher looks to break into the box, and again, the cross just dribbles off the first man and into the waiting arms of Diogo Costa. I mean, look, they're just, to be fair, I know they've got the extra man, but they're cutting through us in areas where we shouldn't be outnumbered. So I'm going to demand more. I know it's 3-0. I know it's with 10 men, but yeah, we should still be doing a little bit better than what we have done. As they're probably going to cut through us again here. Look, Mason Mount blocked the cross, but we can't get a second one. Musiala's in, and yeah, we live to fight another day. Demand more hasn't worked as of yet, so we'll do it again. Why not? Probably should have berated them that time. And I mean, they're obviously just playing this out as you would. 3-0 up. I mean, I said about the 5-0. They could actually go for the juggler here and overtake Man City in second, but they haven't. They've had mercy on me. It stayed 3-0, and it's probably a bit of a harsh reminder of where we are. I'm very disappointed. He lost focus. I don't care. He's going to lose a week's wage is what he's going to do. Well, bit of a bummer, really, but of course he accepts his fine. Right, we need to recover from that. So I'm going to play a few more games off camera, and I'll join me in a couple of days where we will look to probably play Arsenal at home and in the Carabao Cup final, see if we can do something a bit better against Chelsea. We'll see. We will see. All right, thanks very much for watching, boys and girls. Really appreciate your support. If you could continue it with this video, that would be amazing. And I'll see you in a couple of days where hopefully we fare a bit better.